Real Nerds is a proud partner of the Denver Podcast Network. In the shadow of the mountains,
we speak. Hello, everybody. I'm JD Lopez, the host of Left Hand Right Brain. It's a free-flowing, wide-ranging conversation that I have with artists doing interesting and creative things here in Denver and beyond. We talk about their personal stories, break down their creative process, and what motivates them. Spoiler alert, it's mostly spite. We talk about all these things and more while kicking back, cracking wise, and always having a good time. You can find old episodes and everything you need to know at lefthandrightbrainpod.com.
Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show.
I'm Andre Gower.
And I'm Ryan Lambert.
And you're listening to
Real Nerds Podcast.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast of Denver Comic Con 2019 and beyond. I am Ryan. With me is
Brad
and
Zach.
And James is still on assignment. He'll be back in a few weeks.
Assignment honeymoon?
Don't you listen to old time radio? That's what they always say when they're on vacation. They're on assignment.
I know.
You're a fucking poser.
Hey.
What a poser.
How about this?
This just in the
I
newsroom.
believed all these years that you knew a lot about radio, and it turns out you don't.
Wait. Doop, 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 doop. This just into the newsroom. Zach Eastman is a poser. He says he likes 1940s radio, but he is nothing but a...
Zach Eastman, indicted for fraud.
This is shitty fraud.
Oh, no. Here comes a spinning newspaper. Zach Eastman.
Zach Eastman takes his case before the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court denies Zach Eastman his rights. Sentenced to death.
Zach Eastman gets life sentence and death.
They also overturn 5 different decisions. No, it's like if he's already on his honeymoon when suddenly ninjas attack? Come on, man.
Zach Eastman can't believe the hullabaloo that's surrounding his impending trial.
Zach Eastman takes own life in jail cell before trial.
Remember that name, Zach Eastman. That name, Zach Eastman, will be on everybody's lips.
You're saying it so fast it sounds like Zakisman, which is like this weird Japanese name I'm not familiar with.
Whoa, racist much?
No, I'm
wow.
Not only is he a fraud, he's a fucking racist.
No,
Zach Eastman, indicted for racist
Racist remarks.
Indicted for racist fraud? Just making sure I heard that correctly.
Yeah, so, like, you're fake and a racist. Do we have to spell it out to you?
Or a fake racist?
Nope.
All right. Anyway, enough about me and my so-called posing abilities.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't believe anything you say now.
For
So,
sure.
hey,
Ryan,
Brad,
you're amazing.
Shut the fuck up now. Hey, Brad. Me and you went to the Alamo and tasted their new menu items.
We did.
This week.
On separate days.
On separate days, I had a stupid all-employee meeting that, for some reason, when you become a professional, they don't let you, like, skip out on. But
responsibility.
But you got, did you order the hot dog, or did they have those at yours?
I didn't get to order anything. They already had like a buffet out of samples, and they didn't have the whole menu. So like I saw, you got to do the toffee cookies, and I didn't have that.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Alexandria, who is the media contact there, sent us out an invite, and I was gonna go with Brad, but then I had that meeting come up, and they were debuting their new menu stuff, and I had the vegan pizza. And, like, the cauliflower crust, I was like, this is freaking good.
Yeah, like everything.
Yeah, it was.
I tasted great, and I didn't notice the difference between the vegan menu or the regular menu. So
hats off. My favorite thing I tried was they had this chicken curry salad that had warm pitas with it, and it was amazing.
Was it like a sample cup, or did they give you like a bowl of it?
They gave, so it was only me and, like, 4 other people there, but they did the same thing. They, like, spread it all out, and they're like, yeah, have as much as you want.
God, I wish I got it, because there was a ton of people at mine.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. And I think that's why she let me go to that one, like, so quickly, because it was me and like 7 other people.
I should have showed up anyway.
You should have. And they put out a...
Just wore a mustache. Like, I'm another real nerd.
What's your evil character's name in your old bits? He had the top hat and the mustache.
You had an evil twin?
Oh, Mustachio.
Mustachio. You should have shown up as him. That's digging deep in the well.
Brad Higg? I don't know any Brad Higg. I'm Higg Brad.
But no, it was lots of fun. It's cool that they invited us. So
Entrepreneur and connoisseur find out because he's...
Yes. No one wears a monocle anymore.
I know.
Hey, fun fact: the Monopoly guy does not wear a monocle.
Nor does he sound like Frank Nelson, but
it was fun, and everyone was there. Next time I go there, I think I'm going to order the whole quinoa chicken curry salad because it was amazing.
Yeah, that one looked good on the photos that he took and put on Instagram.
Yeah, and it was fun, and so, and I ran into Steve and Kendall there, and they were having a good time, and yeah.
Did you
got a drink ticket, which I didn't use?
Yeah, me neither. Did you talk to Steve about how poor the service has been?
No, I told him, I said, hey, man, when is it going to be Real Nerds Presents? He says, I know I'm asking. I'm like, not very hard.
Did you ask him about that Film Geeks thing that they did? You're like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh. I try not to bring up too many bad things, but I will bring up this. So I was, so I'm still kind of bitter about Denver Comic Con on one thing. Not the people there; it's not their fault. But so Comic Historian or whatever the hell it was their DCC guest who was too sick to do. Here's some inside baseball. So too sick to do the panel that they put me on at the last minute, which was lots of fun. He missed out. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm too harsh on this guy. Maybe I should, go to his YouTube channel and see what he has to say. And he has 1.7 million subscribers, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on Dorkly or Funny or Die. I can't remember which one, but it says Every Gamer on YouTube, and he says retro game. And what is this game? Super hard, and it's like Battletoads, and they're just really snarky and not that funny. Yep, that's him. And I only selected like the Spider-Man stuff. I said, he has a lot of stuff on it. He puts out a show almost every day, and it's video, and so it's him. And it seems like he reads just like synopsis of what happens in them because he never really gets into the meat of the story. And so he was talking about Superior Spider-Man, and I'm going to see how big of a Spider-Man fan this guy is. And so he goes into it, and he says, "Oh yeah, so Doc Ock is this bad guy and he redeems himself, and then Spider-Man's back? I think not." I'm like, wow, he's really one of those YouTube guys that I don't understand. Why do people watch that stuff?
So you're telling me that we don't use our YouTube page enough, and we need to start making more YouTube videos?
We should, and we'll just be us like, Sicario? What's Sicario? Hitman? Like, just the dumbest stuff. And I
will not participate in those. I will go into the comment section and tell you suck, Ryan, if you
Thank
ever do those.
And I don't know. I guess I'm just still really bitter about it. Not bitter at the people at Denver Comic Con. It's just how much we bust our ass for the con. And then I see someone who uses so-called celebrity, who's not even a celebrity, kind of.
He's got the subscribers, man.
Yeah, but but he's nobody. I mean, if you go outside of comics, no one's gonna know who he is. But I don't know. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people taking photos with him at his booth.
He's got his style, and we got our style.
Yeah, I'm not talking about his style. I'm talking about how much of an asshole he is.
Okay, well. He's got his assholes.
I'm an asshole too, but I still will be nice and try to help people out.
Yeah.
Now that's enough out of Zach. Just kidding. I don't know. That's what I did. Like
Brad cut his mic.
Yesterday, I was waiting for. So I'm super allergic to shellfish, and my wife got off work yesterday, and she said, "Are you going to go see your movie?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay. Well, I'm going to make shrimp." I said, "Okay. I'm going to go get ready, and then I'll go," because I was playing outside in our wonderful yard that's nothing but dirt right now with my kid. So I go in there and I'm changing, and she's like deveining the shrimp, taking the shit out of them, and I can feel it in my pores. I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. And so I got down to Denver early, and so I was like, I'm gonna watch this guy, and then it just made me bitter. Like I just don't get it. I don't get why they're popular.
Why does everybody like this guy more than me?
And it's not just him. It's my kid watches this stuff called The Axel Show, and it's this dad and his kid who literally play with toys. and he'll say, so his son's named Axel, and they do. The one problem I don't have with this show is he'll take him into the thrift store. He says, "Hey," and he's a surfer guy. He says, "Hey, bro, you got like $2 to spend on toys that you want." So he's teaching his kid that he doesn't get anything he wants. He has to go to the thrift store and pick out some nice things. He's like, "Nah, bro, don't got enough money for that one." And so I don't mind that as much. But when I watch him, sometimes I don't get why people are popular. I can't be that old where I don't understand it. And I have friends that watch game broadcasts. They watch people play a game.
Oh, the Twitch sensations? Yeah. Sometimes they're entertaining. I've seen a couple of them. I don't watch them en masse, but I understand the appeal.
Growing up, if you were in a room with like two people on a one-player game, and you had to sit on the couch and just watch the other person play for like half an hour, you're just like, oh god, kill me.
Yeah, and I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And they're the same guys who are like, "Oh, I'm gonna jump over this fucker," and it's not funny. Am I just that old now?
I think we are.
That sucks.
My cousin does a little bit of Twitch streaming like that. He makes it interesting though. Like you change it up.
Zach, it's okay not to like things.
No, I'm not joking. Some of them are actually pretty good. There are some who are just a bunch of racist dicks, but
you're just too nice, Zach. Be a critic. You're on here to be a critic. Every week on Real Nerds Podcast, we go see a new movie and we podcast our experience of the world. This week we saw Sicario, Day of Soldado. I hate that fucking subtitle.
I mean, the ticket on the Alamo just said Sicario 2 Soldado, so
I'm going to call it Sicario Dos from now on.
Should have been either Dia de El Soldado or Day of the Soldier. So.
Yeah, I'm just going to call it Sicario Dos.
Sure.
So we'll talk about the movie. If you should see it or not, then we'll spoil it after we play the trailer. I'll also talk about movies that are coming out on Blu-ray, movie news, and what we've been watching. Do you have an NES Classic?
I do, and I saw that they have more on the shelf. I'm a little...
Yeah. I got really lucky because I told you about the trials and tribulations of owning a house last week. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to take games I don't play anymore, and I'm going to see if I can get one. And I didn't get to GameStop until like 4 in the afternoon. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And they literally had like 20 of them.
Yep.
I was like, all right.
I was at GameStop yesterday evening at the Southwest Plaza Mall, that one. And yeah, like the back counters just had like 20 of them.
So yeah, if you waited 1 year,
yep,
you wouldn't have to pay a lot of money. Did you pay a lot of money for yours?
I think I paid $150 for mine, and yeah, this one's only like $60.
Yeah,
because the Super Nintendo's like $80.
Yeah, this one doesn't come with the second controller.
Yeah.
And then I was playing with it, man. That cord is short.
Yeah.
But luckily, I have so many HDMI things hooked up now to my Samsung that I actually have to have a splitter, and so I was able to pull the Nintendo out. And
yeah. I'm just going to buy some extension cables off of Amazon.
Yeah, it's fun, though. You forget how challenging those games are.
Oh, yeah.
I had lots of fun, though. I played Mario, and I made it to World 8-3 before I couldn't advance any farther. And I had to get used. There's a little lag in the controller. So I had to get used to the controller as well. But it's fun. And the graphics actually do look better. They're smoothed out a lot.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking for one, you can probably find them now. Because they... Listen, people are upset with us.
Wish they had said just they're out now, but we'll bring back more eventually.
Well, I don't think they were going to. I don't think they were going to.
Right.
And then they heard the demand and is making people angry. And it's probably not that hard for them to make it.
No.
Because literally, it's just an emulator inside a Nintendo-shaped plastic thing.
Yep.
But it was fun.
The valuable part is the Nintendo official seal and the plastic shell. There's plenty of third-party people that sell shells for their Raspberry Pis.
Oh, yeah.
But this one's the official Nintendo one, so...
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I played Excite Bike. I haven't played that game in forever. It's fun.
Yeah, I tried to play just the original Legend of Zelda, and that game's impossible. After 5 minutes, I'm just like, fuck this game, I'm done.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard.
You could do it.
Well,
that's what made that game unique at the time. If even now, you can go play Ganon whenever you want. And that you have to, once you get the wooden sword, you can kind of, figure it out. That game had lots of secrets too, because the Master Sword is somewhere in the graveyard. In the graveyard, you had to go through a certain maze to get to, and I don't remember. I'd have to sit and play it for a little bit, but I can only play so many games at once. I'm old.
I don't know what the fuck you two just said, but you're special.
I bought Fractured Butthole, and it's sitting on my shelf, was waiting for a good weekend.
What's funny is I started playing it again. I stopped playing it because. I don't know why. I just had so many games going on, and I was like, I just need to concentrate on one. So yesterday, I rebooted it up, and I got the collector's edition, and I had like 5 season pass things I could have downloaded, and they just released like Casa Bonita level, and so the game's still pretty funny. I just beat Professor Chaos, and I beat General Disarray, and Professor Chaos's minions are Mexicans that he's paid to work there. And wow. They're all just wrapped in foil. It's pretty great. And then, you got PC Principal. It's pretty fun. Oh, South Park. You can find the member berries.
Really?
Yeah, and so even after I find them, I always go back up to them and hit them because they say something new every time. Remember the cantina? I remember. So, yeah, I've been playing video games. I didn't watch too many movies this week. We do a movie podcast, though. Brad, what's happening around town? What's going on in Denver? The Mile High City. Sunny, beautiful Mile High City. Only 93 degrees today. Or how are you celebrating 4th of July in the Mile High City? Are you going around town? Riding some fireworks? Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon.
I'll wait.
Brad, you're a firework.
Hey, film buddies, follow me around Denver.
This week at the Esquire, the midnight movie is Jaws.
Ooh.
Awesome.
July 6th and 7th. And then the following weekend, July 13th and 14th, is the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, 50th anniversary.
Do we all live there?
I don't know, do you?
We all live in a Yellow Submarine, Brad.
News to me.
Not in the town I was born.
And then the drive-in movie is still Incredibles, Ocean's 8, and Deadpool 2.
Nice.
So.
I know next week I'm seeing Ninja Turtles 3 in the theater. Are you guys going to be there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah?
At the Bug Theater?
Yeah, I've never heard of being played in the theater. Must be something special going on.
I don't know. I think the movie's pretty special. I don't know if there's anything else tied to that.
The movie's okay.
Yeah. I heard that they might play some of the Turtles games afterwards.
Oh,
so
sweet.
that might be fun. So if you stick around.
No joke. That was the first and the third were the VHSs I had as a kid, and the opening montage for the third was something I would rewind like crazy because I just loved the opening music for it. I was a dumb kid.
Top Can't Stop Rockin'?
Yeah, Can't Stop Rockin'.
I always remember the FHE.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the first one had that Pizza Hut commercial.
Yep.
The baseball. But I don't remember the third one's opening of the movie.
They basically look like they're all coming down. I think it's like they're all coming down a ladder and they're doing like poses and
in the
whatnot.
distance.
And then the second
Game's
movie had
dragging
a
on.
trailer for Suburban Commando and Step Kids, which became like some other movie.
There's strikes on the batter. Some runners are on. Suddenly everyone's looking at me. My mind has been wondering what could it be. They point to the sky and I look up above.
Is that more than 30
and a
seconds?
baseball falls into my glove. I play right field. It's important to know it. You gotta know how to catch it. You gotta know how to throw it. That's why I play right field. Where the dandelions grow. Where the dandelions grow. Pizza Hut is a proud sponsor of Little League's baseball. I remember that, and that's exactly how that goes.
Wow.
Making it great. Yes.
Can you do that again so I can, like, at the end of the show is just, like, a clean track of you singing that song?
I guess I could. Hey,
see, your singing is so wonderful that it
Yes.
attracted a crowd of one.
Yes. Thank you. If you ever need to hear any other Pizza Hut commercials, I got them. Oh, no, you're fine. I don't want to be too loud for you. What is this guy singing from 1990?
It's okay. I sing songs from 1940, so this is probably better for him.
So, yeah, that's all that's going on around town.
And I'm open for bookings if you want me to sing the Pizza Hut song to you in the style of Trey Parker.
Next time we do a live show, you just need to start the show just coming out, rocking that. And
I was thinking about next time we do a live show, if we did like a Joe McHale with Joe McHale style show, and we planned it far enough in advance, it'd be really funny.
It would. Get a laptop that works.
Yeah, and I could still host it, but you guys could always be the pizza ghost guy.
Yeah.
Or thing like that. Just be fun. So it's something next year. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be like a talk soup. Or the Penis McHale show with Penis McHale.
I still need to watch that on Netflix. It's on my queue.
I can't believe I haven't watched it. I think that the new episodes are coming out soon.
Good.
Yep.
All
Dumping them all at once.
It's not like they're complicated to make.
No. He probably has writers and he shows up the day before.
Yeah.
I would. Good man, Joe McHale. All right. This is what's happening in the movie world in a segment I call Real News.
It's real news.
You guys like What We Do in the Shadows, right?
I do.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're getting a TV series of it. It's a spin-off called Wellington Paranormal, and the trailer just dropped this week.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a movie.
Nope, it's a TV series coming
Cool.
on to New Zealand television next month, but there's no home for it in the U.S. yet. But they put a trailer out, and it looks pretty funny.
Netflix.
That'd be
Amazon
a great. One of those two would be fine.
Fuck Hulu.
Wow.
I'm glad you planted your flag firmly.
My wife gets the one that has the commercials in it. It's garbage.
I'm trying to remember from last week. Like we already talked about Spider-Man's new title being revealed, right?
Yep. It's
Okay,
Far
cool.
From Home.
Cool. Kevin Feige also revealed why it's called Far From Home, and it's the most adorable, straightforward quote ever. We know it's the summer. I think it's summer vacation. I think he's going to Europe with his friends.
Yep. That's
Kevin
everything kind
Feige,
of out.
2018.
Is Mysterio like a British character?
No. He's a special effects wizard.
He could be, though.
He could be. I don't know if
Is the casting of Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio?
it hasn't
thing?
been confirmed, but it's one. I'm guessing it's one of those things. What's Comic-Con next week?
No, it's like August. No, wait.
no,
like
it's July. It's like near the end of July.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll say something there.
In more Spider-Man news, though, not really Spider-Man news, but Jared Leto's going to play Morbius in a Spider-Man spin-off movie.
That one actually makes more sense to me than Venom. The story, I don't know if anyone knows the story about Michael Morbius, but he's a doctor who develops a rare blood disease, and he tries to cure.
The scientist.
I know he tries to cure himself by mixing his blood with vampire bat blood, and it turns him into a vampire. And
Shocker!
And the only way he can stay alive is drinking the blood of other people.
So he's a Dracula, but he's not a Dracula.
Yeah, he's a scientifically created Dracula.
Yeah. Well, the living vampire. Which
Well, so
is an oxymoron.
There's a historical reason for that.
yeah, the reason they had to is because the Comic Codes Authority wouldn't let you have just vampire at that time.
Yeah.
So they went around it by calling him the living vampire. And as soon as they loosened it up, that's when Werewolf by Night and the living mummy and all those kind of horror creatures started popping up.
Because, you got to put a positive spin on being a monster.
No, that makes more sense to me than Venom because Morbius isn't, even though he debuted in a Spider-Man comic, his existence isn't predicated on Spider-Man. He's just the antagonist for Spider-Man. Where I'm still, I mean, Venom's look, his moves, everything about him is Spider-Man, the antithesis of Spider-Man. So whatever. I'll see the movie obviously because it's Tom Hardy, and Jared Leto's good, so it makes more sense to me.
Daniel Espinosa, the director of Life, will helm the film, so I guess James won't be seeing it. Yeah. To update on the Disney Fox situation, the DOJ approved it, but Comcast apparently is trying to put in one last bid. They're trying to see if they can top that.
20th Century Fox is going, yes. Yes.
Sweet money. Excellent, Smithers.
I'm an official member of D23 now.
Oh, look at you.
Well, the Disney movie rewards haven't been that great for a while. Because remember when you first got it, you got the Wall-E model.
Well, the cardboard.
Yeah.
Like you can't see it at home, but it's my arms are stretched out entirely.
But still, it's something unique.
Yeah.
So I'm looking, I'm like, man, nothing. And so after, I haven't ordered anything in 3 years. I've just been accumulating points. And then I went on there last week. I was like, I wonder if I can even get anything really cool. And then the D23, 1 year membership was 4,000 points. So I cashed them all in. And I got sent this, my wife is going, great, more shit.
My wife.
It's, not only is it a sweet, certificate signed by Mickey, and Bob Iger, so I'm pretty sure that's an actual signature.
I hate to break it to you, but Mickey's a drawing, and it's probably some
What?
other person signing that.
Fuck that.
No, dude.
Fuck all that shit.
They took Walt Disney out of the grave. They put his hand to a pen, and they had it sign it for you, Ryan.
But the cool thing is they sent you like a care package, and so this year my theme is Mickey Mouse because it's his 90th anniversary.
Oh, that's right.
And so you open it up, and I was hoping it was a book. I thought it was a book, but it's this cardboard shaped book. I'm like, oh, that sucks. But when I open it, the insides are awesome. They have like script and storyboards for Steamboat Willie. I mean, obviously reproductions, but my favorite is it has a note with Mickey waving at Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. What's the name of the head of Universal? Carl
Laemmle.
Carl Laemmle. And it says, hey, Carl Laemmle, remember when you distributed the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit cartoons? Love, Walt Disney. And like, so it's basically Mickey Mouse like flipping him off and going, enjoy Oswald. So that's pretty fun.
I love how you have to pay to get dirty Disney.
Yeah, it's cool though because on the inside flap it also has everything that came with it, and it's like 25 little like knickknacks. And my wife isn't happy. She's like, great, more shit. But you also get like exclusive content on their website, and they hold mixers around the country. So I don't know if one's coming to Denver.
Don't you also get access to the expo?
Yeah, but it's in like Tokyo.
Well, like, I mean, wasn't it 3 years ago? It was in
So if
Anaheim.
it's in Santa Ana or Anaheim, then then I'll go to it.
Yeah,
but, I mean, I mean, the certificate's really nice, and I got like a really cool card. And they sent me my first magazine, and the magazine is oversized and it has awesome pictures in it. And the first one I got was Avengers: Infinity War, and it has a 10-page interview with Kevin Feige, and it has Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it's like a really nice magazine. I don't know how much it costs normally. Does anyone know? It's like $100 probably.
The membership,
yeah,
for a year. I didn't check the price, but it looked. All the benefits told me that I couldn't afford it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would never pay for it. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of did, but
with your
with my points.
Also, I just love the idea, like the silliest idea in the world, which is Ryan goes to Tokyo just for D23. See, why did I know that was going to happen?
I played Punch Out, and I'm like, wow, it's like super racist. So in Punch Out used to be Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but don't worry, they got rid of him because he is a rapist. And one of the champions, his name is Piston Honda, and when you go in between rounds, Doc talks up Little Mac. He says, duck and move, or whatever. And then Piston Honda says, kamikaze, sushi, bonsai. I'm like, wow. And the music is super, racist.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Anyways.
So, yeah, that was Disney's end of things. Facebook a while back announced that they were trying to figure out a way to protect you from spoilers, and now they're testing an algorithm for protecting you from spoilers.
How about protect us from the Russians and stupid fake political stuff?
Hey, I don't know. I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do. They're a private company in the United States. Keyword snooze is the tech. I mean, to be honest, like, do any of you guys even like have a problem with spoilers on Facebook anymore?
I just don't click on them.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I just don't click. I just scroll past.
For sure. Well, anyway, now you can like apparently enter in the keywords that you don't want mixed with the word spoiler, and then it'll like
Donald Trump presidency. Does it go away? Nope. Well, worthless algorithm to me.
God. And then last news in connection to our film from last week. I guess the people behind Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom are pissed off at the trailers because it spoiled something. But when you read the story, they're angry because Jeff Goldblum said "Welcome to Jurassic World" in the trailer, which is the final line in the movie, guys. Spoilers. That doesn't feel like a spoiler to me. That feels like a catchy line that you put at the end of your trailer to sell your movie.
Did they forget the previous movie was called Jurassic World?
And I mean, in the first movie, they say "Welcome to Jurassic Park." So I thought, when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, it's a play on it."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Apparently, Trevor was pissed off about it.
Trevor is. I decided I'm not going to endorse his movie.
I'm Ryan Frost, and I approve this message. Anyway, that's news. Unless I missed anything. Did anything happen? I mean, Olivia de Havilland turned 101, so she's still alive.
I know. I liked her on Facebook after I saw that. I said, "Man, I got to reach
I
out
gotta,
to.
I gotta like that.
Gotta like her.
Golden
now.
Age
She
actress.
doesn't even know she has a Twitter account. It's like
Probably
her
not.
publicist.
She's still suing the people who made Feud because of
Really?
the way Catherine Zeta-Jones, I think it is, portrays her in the miniseries.
I like The Adventures of Robin Hood with her.
Oh, of course. She's been in a lot of great movies.
Yeah.
And she's also the reason why a lot of, like, I think it's like studios, but also like talent agencies and management agencies have to be very careful with their contracts because she fought Warner Brothers and won back in the late 40s. So
Who's still hiring her to be in movies?
I will in a heartbeat. I'll be like, Olivia, get on over here. But anyway, that's news.
Yeah, we also get movies every week, maybe, in a segment we call Coming Out on Blu-ray.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Cumming.
They're coming out.
You can go to Barnes & Noble right now. They have their 50% off Criterion collection.
We might be talking about that here in a minute. But in the meantime.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything I want right now. I don't want any stupid French films, so...
Well, you're out of luck for this week's releases. But on the mainstream side, Blockers is getting its Blu-ray release.
Brad, did you see that?
I did. We talked about it.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was you. Is it worth seeing?
It's a fun. It's, if you just need something to watch to kill time.
Sweet, so I'll wait till it streams.
You can also get Beirut, the John Hamm film about Beirut. 7 Days in Antibes, which had Daniel Brohl from Civil War in it. So two little political thrillers there you can check out. And on the re-release side, Last House on the Left, the original Wes Craven thriller, is coming to Arrow.
Arrow, right?
Yeah. I'm actually going to pick that up because I don't think I've ever seen a decent copy of Last House on the Left from 1972 on Blu-ray. So.
I think I have it. It's an MGM title, I believe.
That's why I'm fearing that it wouldn't look good.
I don't think it's bad. I don't remember. I mean, it's not a movie I'm pop in. I'm like, hey, I want to watch girls get raped and murdered.
Or watch people get thrown out of a chicken truck. You know,
Yeah.
like there's just things you
know.
don't want to watch, man.
But every once in a while I pop in. It's been so long I can't actually remember the transfer.
But anyway, now we're getting one from Arrow.
It deserves to be.
Yeah. Also, another Wolf Cop,
Nice.
which
I didn't mind the first Wolf Cop until the end. It got really convoluted and super heavy on story.
Mm-hmm.
I really just want to see a werewolf drive around and be a cop.
I have no response to that. I've never seen the first Wolf Cop.
There is no response to that.
Also from Arrow, the Cat O' Nine Tails, which is from Dario Argento.
Yeah, so that sounds Italian.
Yeah, because Dario Argento made it.
I deduced that after you said it.
Yeah. Also, something I didn't realize had even come out, but somebody did a reinterpretation of the story Journey's End, which is about World War One, but it has Paul Bettany, Asa Butterfield, Toby Jones, Stephen Graham.
Nice.
This sounds awesome. I want to understand why this didn't get mainstream, and I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it and then I'll find out why. Also from coming out to Criterion, Dietrich and von Sternberg, the collection.
Fucking Nazis.
Marlene Dietrich was a agent for us in the war, sir.
I know. I'm just kidding.
But it's a collection of some of their films from 1930 to 1935 before the war kicked in for the U.S. and whatnot. So they probably come from Warner Brothers. So they'll probably.
When did the U.S. enter the war, Zach?
1941.
What day?
December 7th.
All
Well,
right.
actually, wait. I think it was December 8th when we actually declared the
There
state
you
of
go.
war. Yeah, that's right.
History.
Yeah,
Pass it along.
because December 7th was the day that he
We'll
made
live
that
in
speech.
infamy.
A day which will live in infamy.
Maybe they declared it the same day because, and I'll have to look that up now. Now I'm thinking about it because Hawaii is 5 hours behind.
Right. And also, like,
So if it happened at 7 in the morning, so it'd be noon, he probably didn't get it till 2. Maybe he didn't do it in the same day.
also, like, with a tragedy like that, you have to assume Congress be working overtime.
Oh, I hope.
Also coming out, though, Borg v. McEnroe, sorry, the Shia LaBeouf tennis movie, which was really good. I saw it earlier this year, and I do recommend you check that out. Outside of that, nothing too exciting except for this one that I found called the Jurassic Games, which is from Uncorked Entertainment. And the plot synopsis says, in the near future, 10 death row convicts are forced to compete in a virtual reality game that pits them against dinosaurs and each other. So there we go.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I always wanted Katniss Everdeen to fight a dinosaur, and now I guess I'll get my chance.
So I went ahead and put it in the Google machine, and we were right. On our way to ourselves, December 8th.
December 8th, yeah. Also, but by the way, this is the best title I've seen on the listing. Call Girl of Cthulhu.
Nice.
I
I call upon Cthulhu.
to make love to me.
What's up, motherfuckers? Sorry. I've been
So
watching
here,
Rick and Morty.
I'll read the synopsis for you. I won't be as good as James, but I'll give it a shot. Carter Wilcox is a struggling artist who's been saving his virginity for someone special. When
Plot.
when he meets the enchanting escort Riley Watley, he believes he's found the one. Unfortunately, she's also someone special to an ancient cult that believes she's the chosen bride of its alien god Cthulhu. Forced to mate with a tentacle deity, Riley becomes a vessel for the spawn that will
That's not
destroy
a tentacle.
mankind. Now Carter and his noise musician roommate Eric Azan.
Wait, his noise what?
His noise musician roommate.
Noise musician.
I don't know what a noise musician is. Someone please write in and tell us. They must battle the sinister cult and unimaginable creatures to save Riley and the rest of humanity. Will they save the world or surrender to the slimy grip of the great old ones? Wow, this sounds just awful. And yet I want to see it because it's... Every time someone makes like H.P. Lovecraft nonsense, I want to watch it because I want to see how dumb it
Much
can
like
get.
his stories.
Oh yeah, well he's a fucking incredible racist, man. Any podcast fans out there, listen to the Dead Authors podcast with Paul Scheer playing H.P. Lovecraft. It's hilarious. And then yeah, not just a bunch of anime, and the documentary Mansfield 6667 is getting a second printing, so you can check that out. We'll have better titles next week though, because I'm looking ahead.
Did you know that semis have a bar underneath their trailers called the Mansfield Bar because of how she died? There's some movie trivia for you.
There you go.
I guess.
Actually, I was wrong. One more. There's a movie called House Shark.
Oh shit!
Coming to Blu-ray. There is no synopsis for House Shark,
That's why I sent you that trailer for Sky Sharks.
but there's a poster. It's just a shark about to eat a house.
It's literally someone took a great white shark and photoshopped a house underneath it.
All right,
The trailer looks like.
all right. Who's gonna buy it? If not,
No
I'll
way.
take the bullet.
The trailer has like the toilet and there's like a fin going around inside the toilet. Yep.
Lovely. Anyway, that's Blu-rays.
Yay!
Yay.
Hey, Brad, when can people hear our Denver Comic Con interviews?
Whenever I don't have to do my main job.
Fuck your main job.
I know, right?
Yeah. Just wondering.
Or when you're doing your main man. Wait, what?
Wow, homophobic, Zach.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's me, and we're in the same room together.
Anyway,
The podcast
Intolerance.
has reached a new low.
Yeah. And I thought it couldn't get any lower after I was talking about horse fucking, but here we are. I haven't brought up horse fucking in a while.
Yeah, it doesn't usually come up.
No, it doesn't come up too often.
Yeah.
Usually only it's when I'm in a barn.
we'll do some brainstorming. Make sure it gets its way back into the podcast.
Well, you were in a barn last week for James's wedding, so
You saw the horses run away, didn't you?
I did. The look of terror in their eyes.
They're going nay, nay all the way down the pasture. If you'd like us to soil your special event, we're available for bookings. Book the Real Nerds Podcast at 720-6nerds5, and you can also join in on the fun.
It's like a shitty Rat Pack, guys.
I thought it was really weird when you emceed the dance with your pants down. So
That's how I roll.
that makes sense.
Yep, now you know. See, the secret is you strap a carrot to your dong. And then, oh, Wilbur.
Hey, Orsies, it's feeding time.
Hey, what's this? You want some carrots? You do a better creepy old man than I do from Family Guy.
You want a carrot, little horse? I can't do it either.
I haven't
Nope.
done it in a while.
Brad, your turn.
I'm trying to think. I haven't done it in a while. Give me a line that he says.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Herbert.
Oh boy, it must be my birthday.
Get
your sweet fat ass back here. Get your fat ass back here. Get your fat ass back here.
There it is.
Come on, Jesse, get the paper.
I haven't seen the greased up deaf guy in a while in Family Guy.
You're never going to catch me. You're wasting your time.
Family Guy.
Oh, gosh. I haven't watched it in a long ass time, though. Like, I haven't caught up with it.
The latest season DVD was supposed to be out last week because it was on my Amazon as a pre-order, and now it's not pre-orderable
I heard it
anymore.
was in July, too.
Yeah.
Oh. What the fuck, Family Guy?
Come out on Blu-ray already. Fuckers.
They'll probably never. It's Fox. They
Yeah.
took stuff off Blu-ray. Did you see that It's Always Sunny is coming back without Dennis?
He's in North Dakota,
Yeah.
I think.
How am I supposed to live without the Dennis system? I still laugh every time when I watch the Nightman episode and he walks in his like rock outfit and he does that dance. Always funny. And love me some Dennis. Hey, we watch movies throughout the week in a segment I call What We've Been Watching. It's really hard to be the only one who talks on the podcast. And all I do is carry.
Sorry,
We're not really here.
reminded
You've
me
been
of what I
talking
watched
to
this
yourself
week,
for the
so-
past 11 years, or for the past 7 years, man.
I listened to
I
our.
thought this was your show.
It is my show. I was listening to our live podcast. It actually is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I listening to it. I'm proud of you guys.
I wish there was a way to, like, on iTunes or whatever they're listening to incorporate the posters that you had on the slideshow, because especially when you, like, pwned him with the Robert Downey Jr. poster.
That's not poning me. That's making sure we pay tribute to the greatest actor living.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the regular sacrifice. Gotcha.
Thank you.
And then James taking credit for biggest laugh, and I was like, dude, did you not see the Iron Man poster?
That one got the best reaction.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, you can't see it.
every once in a while we're pretty spot on.
But if you want
every
to see
once in
it,
a while.
come to the show next time.
Yeah. Might be standing room only. We were almost at capacity the last time, so.
Yeah, I think we turned some people away.
No, because we were actually going at the same time as some other person. So who was on the main stage? I don't even know. I did 9 panels that day, or 7 panels.
David
that
Tennant.
day.
We were
going.
We were
against
competing with
no,
David
it was
Tennant.
Ron Perlman.
Oh, that's right, Ron Perlman. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Hellboy himself was competing with our audience members.
I'm always surprised that I don't. My Power Ranger panel is really popular. Maybe it's because I don't know. It has like 5,000 views.
I'm surprised that that Archie one hit as much as it did. Like
I know.
There's like 1,000 views on that.
Just
thing.
dragging it down and shit.
I know.
What'd you watch this week, Brad?
So, this is the stuff we've been watching.
This week, I rewatched Death to Smoochie.
Yay!
Wow.
Yeah, which
Because it's great.
I didn't realize the DVD had so many like extra features. There's Danny DeVito commentary. There's a behind the scenes like making of. It's on DVD, which is unfortunate, and there's no Blu-ray.
I guess they don't make
Attainable.
Blu-rays for movies that only grossed $1 million.
Only grossed $1 million.
It's pretty bad. I mean, they do. I'm just.
It's
Well, I gave him $7.
it's a good flick. I think it's one of Danny DeVito's
fun.
best films.
Robin Williams is amazing in it.
Oh yeah, he is.
The commentary is a little creepy because when they go to the strip club scene, Danny DeVito's just like, "Oh yeah, that was a good day. A lot of hot chicks on set."
You got to pay the troll toll.
Yeah.
I love Edward Norton in that film too.
Oh yeah.
He's great. It's a cock.
Cock and balls.
I'm going.
I'm
on
sorry. It made $8 million.
Oh, see, it's 7 more than you thought.
Lifetime gross.
It is. It made $4 million its opening week, and
Actually, he also acknowledges that the commentary is recorded after the premiere, so he's like, "Did not turn out as we'd hoped, but."
against a $50 million budget.
In the defense of them, I think. Well, it's not even a defense. I think it's hard to sell that movie because it's extremely dark and it's touching a very hard to make dark subject, and they found a way.
And it's a little late to the game because it was it's a parody of Barney.
Yeah,
a dark take on Barney, and
Yeah.
which was mid '90s, and this was I think 2002.
yeah, but it's
So-
still got I still think it works really well.
Oh yeah, it's
I love how Jon Stewart kept making it a joke throughout his entire run on the Daily
Yeah.
Show.
yeah. He was also commenting on how much Jon Stewart's hair made him laugh for that movie.
Going on safari, motherfucker, safari.
Yeah, that's the movie I first even heard about gluten and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and it's
Don't say and stuff.
that guy from Batman Returns and a bunch of Tim Burton movies plays the Busby guy at the end. The Buzzy guy.
Oh,
Fuck.
Buggy Ding Dong or
Buggy
something?
Ding Dong. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
playing. He's so great in that
Yeah,
too. In that
he's so
final
hooked
moment.
on like smack and he just keeps passing out while he's trying to assassinate. And then the whole escapades are a celebration of Spinner's death.
Yeah.
I forget what the other Smoochie, how they like. I think it's just Moochie. But yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's both funny and sad at the same time. It's really strange.
but yeah, it's a fun movie. And then I also watched Lock Up, which is basically Rocky in prison with Sylvester Stallone and Donald Sutherland. And they're great.
Fight in prison.
He's like there's a montage that opens the movie that he like worked on cars with his dad, and I guess something happened where his dad was sick and he was in jail and he wanted to like go see his dad before he died, but Donald Sutherland wouldn't let him go, so he escaped, and then that like embarrassed Donald Sutherland, the warden, and then Stallone finished his time, but then the day before he actually gets out, Donald Sutherland throws a wrench in the plans and just kidnaps him and takes him to a maximum security prison because he's a minimum. It wasn't a violent offense.
Why are you kidnapping me?
So yeah, he takes him to this maximum security place, and like he gets beat up and by one of the dudes from Predator, and
Nice.
yeah,
Is it?
he's just tortured
Is it
constantly.
on par with Death Warrant?
It's better than Death Warrant. It's
Is
actually
it?
directed by the guy who did 2 of the Rocky movies and Karate Kid.
Oh, John G. Avildsen.
Yeah. It's like a good sentimental like type movie because he gets into maximum security prison and like
I'm
You
in
know-
prison, you know.
his values like inspire other inmates to
I'm
like
gonna teach you all how to read, you know.
So is it like
From
the
top to
so it's
bottom.
like the Shawshank Redemption
Left
with
to
Sylvester
right, you know?
Stallone.
yeah, it's like a little more on the nose version of Shawshank.
Why are you being so obtuse?
Not as good as mine, Zach.
I know it's not, but I didn't think anybody else was going to try it. It's Donald Sutherland, the Morgan Freeman character.
I can't
No, Donald
Sutherland's
Sutherland's
voice, 'cause
the
his-
warden.
His voice is badass.
Sutherland?
Yeah,
It's like I don't know.
very distinct.
It's like Kiefer Sutherland, but maybe deeper.
I don't know.
It's got a different twang to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It sounds,
They're both badass. So.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's good. I recommend that, and that I got to find a Blu-ray of that because that's also on DVD. And that had some cool special features. And then
I don't know why it's only on DVD, you know. I acted my heart out on that, you know.
Sly, would you say it's your favorite movie?
No, I mean my favorite one is Rocky, you know. Kind of put me on the map, you know.
What's your favorite movie about being a Vietnam vet who's tortured by the war?
Rocky 2.
oh shoot, I had the Stallone filter on Ryan's track. Let me just dial that down.
And you know,
Anyways, he
There it is. There it is.
there it is.
And then I also watched the second season of Glow dropped on Friday.
Nice.
Good.
And yeah, for some reason I thought the first season was 6 episodes, but it was 10. So, but I watched all 10 straight through because it was good. And
Alison Brie gets naked in it, you know.
oh, I hit the button. Darn it! Sorry.
You really like Glow, don't you, Sly?
No, she doesn't get naked in the second season, but
Bummer. No, she's pretty fun though. She's
yeah,
like the first season's really fun.
yeah. And actually, the second season's more fun. Like they're just doing silly. In fact, there's a whole episode that's like, it looks like an episode of like if Glow was the show that they had back in the day. So it's, I guess it's like a bottle episode. No, that's not the right term. It's just like
where it's self-contained.
it's just like it is part of the continuity of the arc of the season, but there's no. It's just filmed and edited like the TV show. So it's everyone acting out the skits of their characters. If you were watching the actual Glow program
gotcha.
from home, but some of what the skits are kind of ties into what's happening between the episode before and after it. So it's pretty cool, and it feels longer than 30 minutes, but it's pretty cool. But overall, yeah, the whole season is less dramatic and like serious, I think, compared to the first season. And like the beginning starts out with Sam Sylvia like after the first season, he's like less of a dick by the end. In the first episode, he's like back to being like a total asshole to everybody. And I was like, oh no, that's like such a great thing that like they're backtracking on. But luckily, by the end of the season 2, he's
Why are you picking on the girls? All
right, I'm gonna unplug and reset it. Sorry, guys. Hang on. So yeah, Glow season 2. Lots of
like
fun.
Demolition Man? That's probably my best movie.
Is it
in
the
90s,
headphones? I think it's the headphones. Hang on.
Sly, what's your favorite show on Netflix?
Glow,
You don't like
Women
anything else?
fighting and wrestling and stuff.
Do you like it? You don't like Orange Is the New Black?
No,
Wouldn't you say that's the female lockdown?
no.
Hey, can we get back on track here? Oh, both these things are all screwed up. Oh, it's a Sylvester Stallone recording board.
Oh, see?
That's right.
There's this piece of tape covering up the label. Sorry, guys. I gotta get the other one out. Yeah, and then the whole season's like about keeping the show. And then it turns out, I guess, Bash is a homophobe. Because, what's his buddy's name? Florian. Apparently was gay.
I always had the one thing I have a hard time on binge watching shows when it's a year since the last one happened. I have a hard time remembering characters, so it takes me an episode or two to get back into it.
Yeah. But that was sad that he's like his best, because there's a scene where he's like looking at old, because they were like childhood friends, and then like he tries to get rid of all those memories. It's like, oh, that character used to be fun. So anyway, yeah, Glow season 2, check it out. And then the last thing I saw was Won't You Be My Neighbor,
Which I saw this week too.
which Zach also saw, and that's it's like inspiring, but also like super depressing at the same time, because he's this misunderstood man who only has like goodness in his heart, and he's stuck in a world that's constantly trying to expose him as not being that. And then like,
Or just ripping itself apart in general.
yeah, and then by the end, 9/11 happens, and you just see this old man who's just like, all this good I tried to bring, like, it meant nothing. Like, there's problems even bigger than I can possibly take on. And then shortly after he dies, and it's just like, wow.
Would he die of cancer?
They don't say specifically in the movie, but he didn't go to the doctor because he was afraid of going to the doctor. And it's this guy with a childlike soul, who, him being the puppets is his innocence and everything, getting out and dealing with his, like, sometimes when he's mad too, like that's like King Friday is him being that character.
Yeah, and Daniel the Tiger's pretty much like the outward version of himself.
Yeah, the essence of like what's really in his heart.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Also, they touch on an area that I didn't think they'd go into, which is all the parodies that were done about him, like from Eddie Murphy down to
Saturday Night Live, I remember that.
yeah, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. Oh, look, an eviction notice from Mr. Landlord. But they tried to like reveal kind of, I guess, to the audience that like he could take a joke, but like his views on television in general, like, were just like that. None of it was helpful except for either what he was doing or just like you had to find a way to like educate and enlighten. And he felt that none of that was happening throughout the course of most of his career in general. And that ties in a lot to his personal beliefs in general. But I thought what was interesting is like he wasn't as if though he was calling for those things to be shut down. He was just like, well, we need more of this and we need more of like this in order to help children educate and grow. It was actually pretty amazing to hear the stuff about the police officer character on the show. I can't remember his name, Francois. But like
Francois something.
Yeah, but like the whole discussion of like when he came out to Fred Rogers about his sexuality and like
He was like, oh, don't say that. You're gonna get the show canceled.
Right, but then like it kind of like grows over time. It's just like you realize like it's not that Fred doesn't care. It's just that like there's some things that just at that time you could not like reveal like publicly to people, especially if you're on PBS for kids. So it's very interesting. It's a very moving piece. I'd probably put it at the top 10 of the year for me right now, at least right now. So
I gave it 1 star because they shit on the Ninja Turtles. So
Shell shock.
At one point, they're talking about like, kids' cartoons being all sugar and empty, and they show clips of like Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joe and Transformers, and I was like, fuck this movie.
Did you flip over your like Alamo table, like Hulk it out and be like, fuck?
Not cool, bro.
But yeah, the director who did it is the guy who did 20 Feet from Stardom. We won the Oscar for that, and then he also did the Buckley and the film on Buckley and Gore Vidal. So he's really talented, and this one I think might be his best work because he's exploring a man's personality and life in different sections, and he's not doing it linearly in a traditional sense. So, but yeah,
check that out.
Check out Won't You Be My Neighbor.
Remember when Eddie Murphy used to be funny? As soon as you said his name, my brain reverts back to The Office, where Michael Scott goes, "I'm a donkey, Shrek. I'm a donkey." That's all I can think of every time I hear Eddie Murphy now.
I'm making waffles. Yeah.
Zach, what'd you watch?
Not a whole lot. Outside of Won't You Be My Neighbor, I started watching a Ken Burns documentary series called The West.
How many documentary series does that fucker have?
Well, this one he didn't direct; he just presents it. But it has the same narrator, so it might as well be a fucking Ken Burns movie. But no, it's about the expansion of the West, all the way from. It starts off in the 1600s and then goes forward from there about like the different tribes of Native Americans and also Spanish settlements that were within the Americas before the Louisiana Purchase, and then goes on from there. I'm currently on the episode about the Gold Rush. It's called The Speck of the Future, but I think it should be called We've Got the Gold in an homage to Ryan's review of the Magnificent Seven. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's I'm learning stuff. Nothing else I can really say about it.
Come on, guy, we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go. Get back in the church.
Wait a minute, their mouths aren't moving, but they're talking. I gotta watch that again to see if I'm just totally overblowing.
You are. The shot is just the box, and they're talking like off camera.
It's like my brain, like I can't get past. I'm a donkey, Shrek. I couldn't get past. Here, there's gold in here. I'm gonna have to watch it again. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere.
But anyway, speaking of the Criterion sale, I got one online, and then another one I went to the store to pick up. The one I got online was Female Trouble from John Waters from 1974. I still think that's probably my favorite John Waters film, just because it's a good combination of the most transgressive stuff he ever did, and also it's a traditionally told story with a linear plot and everything. But it's a movie about Divine plays a girl who wants to become famous, so she starts murdering people, and she starts making murder an art form, and then she goes to the electric chair at the end because she's got to die because she's murdered a bunch of people. It's pretty insane. It's nuts.
Not from John Waters.
She kills her mom by throwing a Christmas tree on top of her. It's an insane movie. But the transfer on Criterion looked great for a movie that was shot on like 16mm stock in the 70s. Like, it looks pretty fucking good. So Criterion did a good job cleaning that up. And then the last thing I watched actually today was I got at the store the Criterion of Cat People from Val Lewton production, and Jacques Tourneur was the director. It's from 1942, so it's not the Paul Schrader remake, whatever.
I have that one, Scream Factory.
Yeah. Well, no, that's this one. This one's the first one. Oh wait, you're talking about the Paul Schrader remake,
yeah.
Right? Okay, cool. Never mind. But Cat People from 1942. It's about a woman from Serbia who emigrates to America, and she meets a young man. She falls in love, but she cannot become intimate with him because she believes that she is cursed by a folklore from her people's village, where if she tries to make love to a man, she will viciously attack him in the form of a cat. And so the whole movie is pretty much just a series of tension-filled scenes. There's no real horror element like the way we would traditionally know it until the last 30 minutes. And then you start playing with shadows. They never show you a cat person, quote unquote. It's all done in shadow, and it's beautifully directed. The director of the film kind of got a weird rap in Hollywood from back in the day, but It's a beautiful fucking movie, and arguably the sequel is better in terms of the way it examines themes and tropes of isolation and repression.
What's that? Curse of the Cat People?
Yeah, Curse of the Cat People, which Scream Factory has one.
Yeah,
that
it just came out.
They just released. Yeah, I got it. It's coming on Tuesday. But yeah, it's amazing, and the Blu-ray of this is fucking great looking. I mean, I know Scream Factory's got Curse of the Cat People, but I kind of want either one or the other to get the rest of the Val Lewton films, since they were able to get these ones and put them out, because there's some really good ones. Like the Body Snatcher with Boris Karloff's fucking amazing. The Seventh Victim's a really good one too. And then you've also got I Walked with a Zombie, which is not a zombie movie. It's voodoo zombies, not zombies.
Yeah.
So
The music from those movies I used for the Invasion of the Twilights score.
nice. I knew it sounded familiar.
Public domain.
Nope.
No, just
Did it anyway.
just Brad
Public
stealing.
domain.
Not selling those DVDs.
Brad stole the IP. But yeah, no. So, and the Blu-ray's got a documentary that I hadn't seen in a while, which is called Val Lewton, Man in the Shadows, which is a documentary that Martin Scorsese produced, and it's all about Val Lewton's life. And I'm gonna rewatch it again, but I remember it being pretty fucking fascinating. So, yeah, go to Criterion's sale at Barnes & Noble. You won't be disappointed. Find some Cary Grant movies.
Oh, I think I have them all on. He doesn't have too many on Criterion.
But you may not. But the audience might not have.
That's true. So
Yeah.
we should go
So
support Cary Grant's
Yeah.
estate.
Like he needs it.
What a sexy dude.
Ryan, I'm dead in the ground. Leave it alone. Carrie, is that you?
It's my turn to visit the grave. Any Philadelphia story? I don't know, the Awful Truth fans here?
What'd you watch, Ryan?
Not too much. I've been watching 24 still. I haven't made it through the first season because I'm always fucking busy and it's a hard show to watch with my kid.
You're playing video games.
And I'm playing video games. No, it's still great. I love the Jack Bauer stuff. Kim needs to go. I can't wait till she disappears in season 3.
Yeah, she comes back, right?
Yeah, I know she comes back. I've experienced the whole series, yes. But she does. I forgot how stupid she is with Rick in that first season, where she calls him constantly and she gets mad because Bauer wants to get rid of him.
And even though he's like a criminal, she's like, we
Yeah.
can save him.
Yeah, she has that one line. I just watched the episode yesterday where it's, "You're good looking, you're smart." I'm like, no, he's not. He's an idiot.
He tried to get you murdered.
Yeah. But here you are. Yep, and Terry Bauer got her amnesia. Yep. But Jack Bauer's still kicking ass.
Are you
Yeah.
watching those on your DVD that you own, or?
Well, they're not on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Right, no, I know,
unfortunately.
but-
Yeah, unfortunately they're not on Blu-ray. But no, right now, actually, I'm watching them on Prime because...
Oh, so they are on Prime.
Are they
Okay,
on
cool,
HD on
'cause-
Prime?
I don't know. No. Maybe 720.
Well, I'm asking you. I can just go.
Yeah, just go to the Google machine.
It's good to know
But
it's on
it's fun. I miss the series.
I've still never seen it, so I'll probably have to
You
check it
should
out on
watch
Prime.
Yeah, it's
fun.
amazing.
I like
Yeah.
Kiefer.
Especially season. Well, I think 3, but 5 is pretty good too.
Yeah, 3, 4, and 5 are pretty solid. 4 is when I started watching it. I remember in Brandon's house, his dad had it on as where Jack walks in and shoots that dude in the leg because they're not answering questions fast enough. I need to watch this, and I went and bought the Blu-rays at Best Buy DVDs at Best Buy that day. I only watched 2 other things. I watched Justice League Dark, which I don't. So I wait for some DC animated films to become like $6 because I just don't know. And Justice League Dark, it's pretty violent actually. It's rated R, and it opens with this lady seeing demons and running people over, but it's actual people, and so it cuts between her seeing the demons and her running actual people over. Ooh. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty dark. And then there's and it cuts, so that goes to Wonder Woman, and then Superman tries to intervene on this other one, and then there's this really haunting scene. So Batman, this lady is holding her baby, which she thinks is a demon, and she's going to throw it off a building. So she does. So Batman jumps in and saves the baby, and he swoops up, and as he comes back around, he looks down, and that lady's like dead on the side of the road because she jumped off.
Ugh.
I'm like, holy shit, this is super fucking dark.
But at least Batman saved that baby.
Yeah, Batman saved the baby. So
All right, baby, you're safe.
the Justice League makes an appearance, the real Justice League, but then the Justice League Dark is Zatanna Dead Man, Swamp Thing, Constantine, and I'm forgetting one more. Black Orchid. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Anyways,
Solomon Grundy.
well, that'd be awesome if Solomon Grundy was in it. He's awesome in the Arkham Knight games. So who's the guy who played him on the show? Matt Ryan. So he voices Constantine, and it kind of gave him another arc to do. And it's pretty dark, and it is more fun than I was expecting it to be. And then afterwards, I went up and looked on it, and it has like a 7.2 on IMDb. That's pretty high. Mm-hmm. And so it's deserved. I mean, it's different, and it's dark enough where you weren't expecting it. And the only other thing I watched this week is I watched Carol with Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara.
Oh, and, Henry, one of Henry's favorite films from 2015.
Yeah. It's so funny because I went and I always, so I don't forget what movies I watch. As soon as I'm done watching them, I go on Letterboxd and put them in. And I think I gave it like 4.5 stars, and Henry gave it 3. So I don't know if he's way more critical than I am, or he just mishit it.
Well, he also likes blue as the warmest color more than he would like that in terms of like that type of story. So this tells a story of Rooney Mara works at a department store, and Cate Blanchett goes in one day and accidentally forgets her gloves, and they're already kind of flirting. And Cate Blanchett is married to Kyle Chandler, and they're separated. Does he give an emotional speech?
No, he's kind of an asshole in this movie. He's great in it though. And so they're separated, and the reason they're separated is because Cate Blanchett is gay, and so she had a female friend who was her lover, who you find out they call her Aunt, and it's played by Sarah Paulson. The movie's wonderfully shot. It's 2 hours long, and it's a drama and a romance, but it moves really fast. So it's kind of fun to watch, and Rooney Mara's great in it. It's a really solid movie, and everybody in it acts really well. And there's a great scene, and it takes place in the 50s, so I think it's actually based on a true story, or maybe just a novel written in the 50s. I didn't watch any special features, so I could be totally wrong on all accounts.
I still haven't seen it yet, but it does it's one of those to watch films.
Yeah, and so Cate Blanchett is always dealing with indecency and all this stuff throughout the film, and it's really well done. So if you haven't seen it, I definitely would see Carol. I can't remember; she might have got nominated for Academy Award for that too.
She got nominated for Best Actress, and Rooney Mara got nominated for Supporting.
Yeah, it's a great movie, so I would recommend everybody check it out.
Right on. And
that's what I watched this week.
Sweet.
This week on Real Nerds Podcast, we saw Sicario Dos. Brad, should people go see de la Sicario?
Wow.
Of the Soldado.
Of the Soldado.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's well made and action packed. I don't remember the other one that well. I haven't seen it since we saw it in the theater. But I did notice I was missing the Deacon's photography. This one's definitely more action packed than the previous one. The previous was very methodical and slow, and this one is much more kind of kicks you in the stomach.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think if you like the other one, you'll like this one. But it's not really my favorite subject matter, I guess. So, but the performances are great, and I'm just kind of left with some questions because the ending's a little ambiguous.
Zach?
Yeah, having only seen the first Sicario from last week, I enjoyed how they went in the direction that they did. So yeah, I think you should go see it. It's definitely a lot more kinetic than the first one is. But I think it's interesting that they're able to tell a different, almost completely apart from the first film story without you having to necessarily see the first one. But it just it adds to your experience. So, but yeah, I'd go check it out. Benicio's great in it.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off Zach. I think you should see. I think it's a really good movie because you don't have to see the first one to see this one. I think they do a good job of setting up the characters enough. Because one of the things I loved about the first one is there was this ambiguity about it. You never really knew what was happening, and I think it had to do with because you were following Emily Blunt's character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't know what was going on. And I think that's actually, I know I'm a huge Emily Blunt fan, but I think that's actually what was missing in this one is you needed that beacon in it. Because if not, you mean Benicio's great, Josh Brolin's amazing, but they're all bad dudes. So you really have a hard time being sympathizing with them. But having said that, I haven't felt this invested in a movie so quickly since Jack Reacher, where it's people being like assassinated on the riverside, and this one then goes with, suicide bombings, and it's really crazy.
Yeah. I think the little girl is probably the closest we have to like being the vessel of like people.
She is, but
it's not the
but
same.
she knows what her dad does
exactly,
Yeah.
and so it's hard to root for her too, because her introduction is she's kind of a bitch. And here's the trailer for Sicario Dos.
It's a nice day for a drive, huh?
Oh, beautiful day. Blue sky, large caliber weapons. I love getting out of the office.
Take him out!
Ooh, you're gonna need stitches.
Lucky for me, I'll still need him tomorrow.
Next week, the president's adding drug cartels to the list of terrorist organizations.
You want to see this thing through? I'm gonna have to get dirty. You're gonna help us start a war. With who? Everyone. They need Blackhawks, strike teams, attack drones.
Where's the coup?
Mexico.
You gotta be kidding.
Is that your brother? Because I don't want to kill the pool guy. Now that we got the cartels at each other's throats, secret won't keep long.
But I create a black cloud from the trap house to a packed crowd. They like banks, how you got some
Good luck.
bada boom, bada bing.
Luck doesn't live on this side of the border. Adios.
So yeah, we explained a little bit. So in Sicario Dos, Josh Brolin is tasked with finding out how these radical Islamic people get into the United States and detonate suicide bombs.
Specifically closer to the border.
Yeah, so
I thought they already knew they was trying to destabilize them.
No, so remember he goes to Africa and they take out that one dude in Somalia, and he wants to figure out how they got there. And that's actually an awesome scene because he thinks he's bluffing. He blows up their house. I'm like, oh, this movie's dark.
I don't want to kill the pool guy.
Yeah, I don't want to kill the pool guy. But is this the summer of Brolin? Like, he's pretty great in...
Yeah. But later in the movie, Catherine Keener says, like, we know who they are. They're just born in New Jersey, and they're pretending to be Muslim extremists.
She says, but I think they figured that out eventually. And because, I mean, they set him up for that. And so in the movie, he has to start a war between the cartels because they're trafficking humans across the border, which is more than cocaine.
It's more valuable than cocaine.
Yeah, and I think you're right too, Brad. You miss like Deacon in it a lot because it doesn't seem as intimate. Where that one, like I said, so you have Emily Blunt and you're following her, and I remember watching. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? They're literally just putting her in this mission, and she's shooting people on the border, and then it slowly kind of comes into play. And this one does as well,
but it's a little more traditionally shot. I think
it is.
It doesn't have Deacon's eye.
Yeah, and it's not bad. It's just
there's some actually beautifully
it's lacking shots of like the almost completely dark sunset.
Yeah,
with the silhouettes and things.
Yeah.
Like there's very little of that. And
well, and it's also a point to the fact that like this film is not as slow or methodical as the first one.
Yeah, it's
but
less of a painting.
it does still have its own like slow burns in between certain scenes.
Yeah, especially the action scenes are like really. Like that one shot towards the end where Benicio del Toro tosses a grenade in the cop car that's chasing him, and then it's the same shot and it follows it back behind him.
It's pretty
and explodes. Like there's some pretty sweet stuff.
So there's moments in this movie that I'm like, this is pretty awesome. I think the first like 3/4 of it are really good. It kind of unravels towards the end. Again, maybe it's because I don't care about the cartel's daughter, and that Benicio del Toro's saving her because I don't know.
The difference between this and the first specifically is that, like, unlike the first one, there's virtually no one to be sympathetic with because whenever you feel a connection with someone, they do something to make them as bad as the person they're against. I think Benicio's the closest I get to even remotely having any sympathy or empathy with anyone in the movie. The kidnapped daughter by the end, I am feeling for her, but I'm also aware that like this is her just kind of like seeing the reality of everything she kind of like brags about within that first scene.
Yeah.
So, it's an interesting character study, but like
it is interesting. I just don't care about her because
Yeah.
I mean, it does have they do a great job where she's, the principal of her school says I should expel you, and she says do it, and then he's too afraid to do it because of the cartel, and then she has an interesting arc where she's super tough, but then when she gets kidnapped, then she realizes how much danger she's constantly in.
Yeah.
And
this is like one of because Taylor Sheridan, who wrote the first one and like did Hell or High Water and Wind River, he wrote this one too. And I think what's interesting is that I guess he realized more than that, like, I guess like if you're gonna have no Emily Blunt in this one, like you write an intelligent action thriller rather than an intelligent politically motivated drug thriller. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference between this script that Taylor wrote versus the other one he wrote.
Yeah, I think too it's more to the sensibilities of Denis Villeneuve, or Villanueva, Vanilla Ice.
Denis Vanilla Ice, yeah. Versus Stefano Somali.
Which he did fine. I mean, I don't think that. I mean, there's some cool shots in it. I mean, even the part where Del Toro kills that lawyer in the street. I don't know what the point of him sliding his finger in the other way to shoot. It just looks cool.
And he's probably just like, hey, what's the guy's name? The director?
Stefano Somali.
Hey, Stefano, I shoot a lot of guns in movies.
Yeah.
I have this idea to just do this. Like, oh, that looks cool.
And he
Let's do
says,
that.
whatever, just don't stutter.
I read an interview with the director, and that's pretty much what he says. Like, I've never seen this done before, and then they did it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not practical, but I guess if you're at point blank, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think half of those bullets actually hit.
Yeah, because the gun is like. But it's. I mean, it's well made. And
did you pick up on almost a throwaway line of Brolin when he's in that second meeting with Catherine Keener, talking about she wants him. Benicio assassinated, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, it took us so long to make this guy.
Yeah.
It's like, so did Reyes not actually kill his family, but maybe the Americans did too?
This was something he and I were discussing prior. I don't know if it's that, but it might be.
Maybe. I never thought about that.
Because the Americans in this are portrayed as like puppet masters of just
especially Josh Brolin's character.
Yeah.
Because he seems like he's so smart and he knows what's happening before anybody else.
Yeah.
Because even... towards the end where they said, wipe it clean. He's like, fuck them.
Yeah.
You
killed my best operative, you motherfuckers.
And actually, the much like the first one, this has the moral complexity issues of the first one, but I think in a way, it ends up doubling down on that narrative.
I think that the story of the young boy who becomes a border runner is really interesting too.
Yeah.
Because it kind of shows you how they get into that world. His cousin slips him that $300 and he says, keep it. You'll make more than your dad makes this year.
Yeah.
And when you get to the end, spoilers. So Del Toro gets captured by him. I think he kind of had that plan. That's why he put that tracker in her shoe, hoping that they would take her back to Reyes and they could track her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets shot in the cheek. Well, it looks like he's dead by the one kid who's running people. And really interesting story. And that's how brutal they are. I mean, you can read right now in Mexico, I think 132 candidates for office have been murdered. And it's just...
Yeah, the John Oliver talked about it actually on the Mexican elections recently.
Yeah, it's so depressing. And you see this world, and when you see Mexico City, it has those impressive buildings, everything looks nice, and then you go to near the border, and there's people just... that one kid was killed because he didn't kill Benicio del Toro. And that's how mean they are. I mean, they'll chop off your head, and that's why the cops too are crooked there. It's very interesting.
It's and again, it leads into the complexity of it all because there's evil on that end, and then on the other side with the government, he's worried, or what was it? He's worrying about getting impeached because you guys killed 5 federale officers. Also, that scene when the young boy is leading the people across the river, there's 2 things I noticed. First, when the woman gets caught in the drift of the river and she's being pushed away and he just says, leave her. Like, I thought that was such a cold-blooded moment, and it's so quick it happens.
Think of them as sheep.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and treat them as such. But then also, when he gets everybody to the truck or wherever where they're going to take him, and he's like, "Your ride's over there," and he goes up to a truck, and it's a mom, like a suburban mom with her baby in the back, going like, "You help me find a job that's got better pay." And I'm like, "Wow, there's literally no one good in the world at all."
And there's a great moment. So after the kid shoots Benicio del Toro's character, and he thinks he's dead, and it flashes forward to a year, and he's all tatted up and thinks he's a badass. And there's a great moment when he walks in and sees Del Toro in the employee room. I guess the only thing is if I know his character, so I don't know if he's trying to recruit him too, but that seems like something that he would just kill him.
I don't. Yeah,
the door closing means you'll never know.
Well, there's a lot that sets up for a sequel. I mean, if I'm right about the whole Brolin killing
they're planning
his
a trilogy,
family
so.
to create a
That'd be
hitman out of
interesting
him,
because,
and now,
I mean,
maybe he knows that, and he's going to recruit this kid to like help him.
Because at the end of the first Sicario, he kills that dude and his whole family.
Yeah,
Yes.
which I
Seems
thought
very
was
implicated.
his revenge fantasy, but I guess it was some other cartel.
But also, we can't go to dinner with Benicio del Toro, and we can't go to a restaurant with Benicio del Toro.
Yeah,
I guess basically don't eat food with Benicio del Toro.
It's funny you say that because now I'm thinking because that Reyes' daughter also has a line. She says, "My dad killed your family." He said, "Not him, but people that work for him did."
So I think the person he killed in the first one was people that worked for that man.
So it's plausible that Brolin is playing both sides because, I mean, he said it to the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah,
And also, the one thing that almost put me off of this film from the beginning up until about, I want to say, the midway point, is that like with the first film, it was about using Emily Blunt's character to a degree to get the access that they need to be able to do the things they need to do. So it's like a process of like bureaucracy, quote unquote. In this one, it's they literally have a 5-minute scene where they say all rules are out the book, so go ahead and start a war with Mexico or with the cartels. And it starts off like what I would assume like any typical action thriller. I even found like some similarities to the Machete plot to a degree. But then it takes its turn with that ambush at the when they're trying to transport her with the federale officers, and then suddenly it doesn't turn into a different movie, but it like the tone shifts in its own way, and it makes it very, very interesting. It's very, very.
that was a great shot when the gun turret turns around to the windshield.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it coming too. I was like, this is framed like that guy's going to turn around.
Yeah.
So that was pretty terrifying.
Yeah. So well done. So did your parents see it?
Yeah.
What did they think about
Oh,
it?
they loved it.
Yeah.
They haven't stopped talking about it.
Interesting.
I was trying to get here, and they're just like gushing over it. My dad didn't appreciate the pre-show.
What was the pre-show about?
Well, the first one was like I guess it would be some like music video, like with some weird Mexican dance going on, and then it transitioned to, was it the Clint Eastwood cocaine thing?
Oh yes, yeah. There was.
But the biggest thing that made him like he didn't get it, but my mom and I saw the satire in it. They did it wasn't Funny or Die, but it was like one of those websites. They did what would happen if Mexicans celebrated 4th of July like we celebrate
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. It did go on for too long, but yeah, my dad thought they were just like shitting on 4th of July. I'm like, no.
It's like, no, that's not the point.
The other way around, dude. So, yeah. And then some of the trailers were like, they were really freaked out by the unfriended dark web.
Oh, I don't.
Really?
I'm freaked out by that one, man.
Really? That trailer's so awful.
I've heard it's really good though. Like
I
in
went
terms
and
of
saw it
like
at,
a horror movie.
Denver, the Mills, and they showed a bunch of Red Band trailers. They showed The Predator.
Nice. Yeah, we got
the
White
22
Boy
Mile.
Rick.
Yeah, I got White Boy Rick.
And then we got
Red Band.
Blind Spotting too, which I hadn't seen a
I
trailer
don't
for, and
know.
it looks pretty good. And then yeah, but yeah, the Clint Eastwood crack cocaine commercial. I had never seen that before, and that's fucking hilarious. This is crack. Don't do it.
Next week on, were you saying something else?
I was gonna say the thrill can kill.
Next week
Sorry,
on Real
maybe not.
Nerds Podcast, we're seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yay.
It's gotten some good reviews.
And I think we're going to have a guest that week, too. So
Cool. Who are we having?
a stop-motion animator.
Right on. Harryhausen?
Yes, I dug him up.
Nice.
Henry Selick?
Yep.
We don't want Tim Burton on, is what we're telling you.
Well, Tim Burton does do the stop motion. It's Henry Selick. He just has the ideas.
Yeah, he does the movie Magic.
I think there should be a Pumpkin King.
Sprinkling the magic.
I'm an artist.
So I'm excited. I need a lighthearted movie.
I know. It's going to be a long time before we get any more Marvel. It's gonna be
until March.
Yep. It's rough.
Have Aquaman, I guess.
That's not Marvel.
I know.
If Josh Brolin has a cameo in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm going to be like,
He
he's
might.
fucking everywhere.
He might.
I totally expect, like, at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Hank Pym just dissolves. You're like, oh, shit.
Well, I actually can't wait for Ant-Man to punch Thanos as super small, because Thanos will get all mad. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, you just fly into Thanos' ear and then...
Get big.
Become giant man and, like, explode his brain.
Oh, fuck, Scott!
Oh, shit.
Problem solved. And then do, like, a cool Paul Rudd dance.
Then it just cuts to...
Just like how they just should have cut Thanos' arm off to get the gauntlet off.
Have you seen the Paul Rudd on... I think it's on Tim and Eric. It is Tim and Eric, where he's at a computer and he's like, "Show me this dance," and it's just Paul Rudd dance. It's really, but fuck, I'll show it to you after this. It's really great. Anyways, till next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.